Hey, welcome to Monday. I just have to really quickly see if this stream is actually working because it's something, number one, I like to do it every day to just check, but also I just put a plugin in my, let's see, is it going anywhere? Are we on? I just put a plugin in my, oh, I am. It looks like I am live. Okay, let me see if I can hear myself. Oh, I am. It looks like I am live. Okay, let me see if I can hear myself. All right. Oh, good. Because I got an error message in OBS. I'm just gonna put the music up a tiny bit because that can be kind of not so great if it's really low, and I want to be able to see the chat, so I'm going to put you over here and let's do this. So this morning we have Harriet Prescott Spofford. She is our lady today, and there's a quote that I put in the post tab. I put two quotes in the post tab, just ideas, really, just like a place to start, because I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to use them or not, but or use either of them, but I just, like to pick one out, or pick a couple out if you guys want to join in with me, or also for a place for me to start, so just so you don't have to Google if you don't want to. And I love them both. And I have ideas for both, which is kind of rare because these are like not always easy to have. It's not always easy to have a visual in your mind for something that you want to do for these, because the writing's so different than we use today. Just like the way that they word their thoughts, and it's not like an easy puzzle piece always, you know what I mean? But these are very clearly like beauty vanishes like a vapor. I have a visual for that. A full moon is poison to some. So this is like a really super long quote about the moon, but I obviously it's simple to think to create something for that. I just draw a big moon. I have a big moon picture, and then I can do the quote inside a moon. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Give me 1 second. New coffee today. New coffee. We can talk about that later. But I'm not sure I like that so much. I don't know. It doesn't beat the other coffee, that's for sure. But it's totally drinkable, so that's good. So I had an idea for both of them. And let me see if I can show you. I have a coloring book that, do I have the idea in this one? Hold on. One of my coloring books, I had this idea that I wanted to use. Here. So this is I Smell So Good. And do you see like all those wavy cool lines in the bottles? I thought we could do like Beauty Vanishes Like a Vapor, an old-timey bottle, and then vapors like this, kind of like that. But instead of I Smell So Good, it would say Beauty Vanishes Like a Vapor, and I love that idea. But then I got a little stuck to this idea. I love drawing moons, right? And I like drawing moons, and I like something that's more like, I don't know, something you could stick on different, you can put it on a t-shirt if you wanted to. Something more impactful in one image. So I thought I would do the moon quote, but then I'm thinking, okay, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do it white paper, black ink, black negative space, white moon, and then do a ink wash for like the moon? Let me show you what I mean. Remember when I did, for instance, this guy, come on, not that one. when I did this one. Do you see the wash? So that's really cool, right? I thought that looked really pretty. And I thought that would be really pretty. But then I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to wait for it to dry. You know what I mean? And we're live, so... Although I did do this one live, and it was fine. I just worked around it. But I think the wash part was going to be where I'm going to be drawing the quote on the moon. You know, I wasn't going to be doing it around the moon. So I thought that I would just, maybe I'll keep this in there. I was going to take this out, but I'll keep it in. I thought I would do it the opposite and do something a little wild, do a negative white space, have the moon be black, and then ink it in white ink. So we're going to give that a shot. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I want to show you while I'm here this pad of paper. I love this stuff. This is Clairefontaine. And I love this paper. It's so good. I bought it a few years ago. And it's really nice. It's very good for mixed media. You know, paint, ink, whatever you want, really, and it's fabulous. I love it. I did a bunch of pieces on it, and before, and I have a lot of it left. And I have this color, I have the black, and then I also have this craft color, this one, and they're 250 GSM, so I don't know what that translates to in terms of poundage, but it's extra heavyweight. It just really, it's like the craft paper part, the craft paper one is a much lighter color than you normally would see with craft paper. But it's like a great slate for you. It's like a great little blank slate for you. So you can do all kinds of stuff on top. And I've never had any trouble with this paper. I love it. I love it, and I don't know why I don't use it more. But we're going to use it today because that's what we're doing. And also, I'm also using some leftover paint. This is house paint. I got some paint when my mother-in-law moved. Got some paint, and I put it in this bottle for safekeeping because I knew that I would use it for something. Because that's what I do. I like to save stuff, and she moved a few years ago, so let's see if this paint is still good. Oh, yeah, it smells fine. I'm gonna do like a circle around. I'm gonna do a negative space circle. I'm gonna do it freehand, and I have some water here that I will use. All I have is I forgot to get a water jar, so I have some distilled water here. I'll just use that up, and I'll do it. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee again. I hope you're doing good today. How's your Monday going so far? I feel like I did not take a break this weekend much, but it was fine because I love what I do, so I'm okay. Yeah, I have a few things in the works right now, and I'm working behind the scenes to improve things too for my streams, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet because that would be premature. So that's all I'm going to say on that right now. Yeah, I have some changes coming that I think are going to be good, and you probably won't notice them that much. But you probably won't notice because, here's a hint, because people only watch on either vertical or horizontal, right? So if you're watching on either horizontal or vertical, you probably won't notice. Okay. Uh-oh, what did I do here? This came out differently than I thought it was going to. But that's okay. And actually this paint is a lot thicker than I anticipated actually. That's also okay. Because we're just going in. We are just going in here. So I didn't show you the final from yesterday yet, and that's because I didn't finish it yet. I meant to, but I had a lot of other stuff I had to do yesterday. So I didn't finish it, but I am so excited to finish it. And I think that picture is going to be like a good Halloween / Christmas picture. So I think it's going to be very flexible between all I've been learning, which is that, did you know that like back in the oldie days, like back in the 19th century, like they told, it sounds like they told ghost stories at Christmas. Because one of our people from, was it yesterday? Hold on. One of our people, Catherine Crowe maybe? I don't know if it was Catherine Crowe or Margaret Oliphant. Or it could have even been the one before her. It could have even been Violet Paget. But one of them had ghost stories, and it was like a Christmas ghost stories book. I don't know if it was Christmas ghost stories or if it was popularly read then, if you know what I'm saying. If it was popularly read. I think around in Christmas time. I think it was probably Christmas ghost stories. I have to look it up. But that was kind of a fun fact that I found out, and it was kind of interesting. Very interesting, because we're always kind of riding the line between Halloween and Christmas now. And I mean, some of us are just excited for both, you know, like I love Halloween. Halloween's like my favorite time of year, and let's just bring it all the way to Christmas, right? So I'm gonna make this circle a little more circly, make the moon a little more moony here, and do some dib-dabbing to get this a little more of a circle, and then I think we're gonna be good. That actually is perfect. That's great. Yeah, this is a little wet. I might actually end up doing both. Doing the other quote too, just because I might have time to do both, because I gotta wait for this to dry. And really all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink the quote, which is a very long quote, but I'm gonna ink the quote in the moon. And then we're gonna be done. I mean, maybe some stars, but I can do the stars in ink. And famous last words, because now I'm going into this moon. I just want to get a picture of the moon, because the moon has all these different little shades, you know? And I want to get those little shades. And I don't have a moon handy. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Maybe let's do a little moon. Maybe we'll do a little bit of moon. Let's grab some of the paint from over here, because we have some extra. And I'm just going to take off my excess and do some. This is like negative space moon drawing too, actually, because we have the moon is right here. Let me show you. We have the moon here. We got a moon. There's our moon. Let's just get some moon going here. Oh, excuse me. And then hopefully we're going to make this to be dry in time to start working in it. I'm sure it'll be, the stuff dries pretty quick, right? House paint, how does house paint dry? We're using house paint today. That's right. Use what you have, right? I got some house paint. Interior, not outside. I love all these lines on the moon, like from the bottom, it goes like, very cool. Okay, that's good. And let me do this. I'm gonna grab this book. I'm gonna let this one dry. And then we're gonna grab the ink one, the ink book. Let's see here. So here's what I did yesterday that I did not finish yet. The ignorant frighten children with ghosts. The better educated assure them there is no such thing. Our understanding may believe the latter, but our instincts believe the former, so that out of this education we retain the terror and just believe enough to make it very troublesome whenever we are placed in circumstances that awaken it. That's by Catherine Crowe from The Night Side of Nature, which is a nonfiction, sort of a reference book for the supernatural that was so popular that it was reprinted like 20 times, I think. And the last reprint I think that is known is from 2000, which is only 25 years ago, and it was written in the 1900s. So kind of amazing. So I am really excited to finish this. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Did I? I don't know if I told you this. I'm going to put this aside and we're going to do a little sketch of this quote on a different, on that notebook over there, that sketchbook. So I did tell you this once, but I did not elaborate further. I quit Adobe and I am now using Xfinity. Oh my gosh. Affinity. Xfinity. You know what Xfinity is? It's my internet and my TV cable service. I'm using Xfinity now. It's great. It's great for design. No, I'm using Affinity. I'm using Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, which I haven't learned yet, which I'm hoping is going to be on a simpler side for me to learn because Photoshop was extremely, Photoshop was like the first thing I ever learned software-wise. And as such, it's like home base for me. So I went to the Affinity side I quit the dark side, and I'm very, very excited about it because I feel free. Even though I also feel a little bit shackled because I have a lot of learning to do. Sorry, I'm fixing my chair so I can sit here. Yeah, so I'm just getting my chair down a little bit. Here we are. Hey. Hi. So yeah. Affinity Universal. I got the Universal Affinity 2. So for those of you who do not know what Affinity is, I will tell you. Affinity is like the alternative. It's actually great. It's amazing. I started doing some tutorials yesterday, or watching. I was doing it. I was doing the, learning the tools and stuff. It wasn't really like a tutorial or anything, but it's amazing. It is amazing. And I am very, I'm very happy I did it. Do I want to do this? No, I'm gonna use this. I'm very happy I did it. I ripped the Band-Aid off finally. It took me years. Adobe just... What can you say? What am I going to say about Adobe? I'm just going to do some fill in here. So we're doing the same quote, and we're doing it one negative space, one positive space. And I'm just going to just go in like this with my ink. Yeah, finally did it. I mean, I downloaded Affinity like last year. I didn't buy it then. I downloaded the free to do the trial. Thought, oh, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna get to know it, and then I'm gonna quit Adobe. Didn't do it. Downloaded it. Didn't do any of what I planned to do. Because really, don't we usually just do these things when we're like forced? You know what I mean? When you're in a position when you're forced. So I got this email from Adobe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago maybe? And they're like, hello. I'm just gonna use this milky dirty water to like do this. Hello. We're gonna make you pay more money now. And guys, I don't use those AI tools and stuff. Like, that's not what I use it for. I'm like, what do I use Photoshop and Illustrator for? I have like kind of specific uses. And what I'm finding out, and I kind of knew this, sort of, it's just always hard to like, fit yourself into a new software, you know? Learn how to do things a different way, work in a different environment. It's just, it's not comfortable, It's growing pains always. But after, I will backtrack or forward track and say after going through some Affinity last night, I'm thoroughly excited about Designer. And I'm not even like a vector person. I'm a raster art girl pretty much, but I gotta have my vector tools because I have to be able to make my art into vector. It's like a must because I need to have it able to resize for different product formats. Very important. It's important to my process, you know? And it's important, like, for my mind, for my artwork, because I might only use it on a couple things, but I like to have that flexibility to use it, you know, depending on what the art is and like what's appropriate for. I like to have the flexibility to have it for other uses. And, you know, even though I don't really license my work actively anymore, I always have that in the back of my mind too. So I like it to be flexible for that if ever need be. Not that it ever would be, but you never know. It just gives you more, flexibility, you know? So come to find out, you can vector stuff in Canva. I didn't know this. You know, I mean, I use Canva quite a bit, but, you know, for specific things. Canva is such a powerful tool. It's so powerful. It's excellent. The worst thing about Canva is my lack of organization with my files, which is something that I need to work on. All right, I'm putting this away to dry because this needs to dry. You know what I really liked? I got some like Ghost Out white drops. Actually, let's get a little crazy for a second. I want to see if I can get some more of those drops because I really like them. I painted over it before a little bit ago, but I'm just gonna see if I can get some because I really liked them. And I know this paper is just not the best. This is pen and ink paper from its Canson XL pad. I actually bought this for Inktober and I'm working in it all month. However, it's really not, it is not mixed media paper and it does not want to be wet. So that's that, and that's fine. But that's fine, but you know, we could have some issues. No, it's not picking up. Okay, so we're not getting what I want here. So why leave the drops there? So I'm just gonna do that. If it was gonna pick up, it would have picked up by now. All right, so let's move on. We're gonna move on to this one. Going back to the, is it Clairefontaine? Why do I have such a hard time remembering this paper? Clairefontaine, awesome paper. Awesome paper, love it. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so first what I wanna do real quick, I wrote the quote yesterday that I did. I wrote it on a sticky note first, and I think I wanna do that again today, just because it helps me figure stuff out, honestly. It helps me figure stuff out and where it's gonna go and what the words mean. And I didn't do this before we came on today. I formulated this idea in the shower. Ooh, this feels really good now. Oh yeah, it's got a nice texture. I can feel the paint on top and it's nice and it feels like a little rough. And it's slightly, just ever so slightly cool. Oh, no. Was that? Yeah, okay. There's a tiny bit that was still wet. But it's, for the most part, it's dry. The full moon is poison to some. I'm just going to write it out and then count my lines just to see where we are. The full moon is poison to some. And then, there we go. They shut it out at every crevice. They shut it out at... Here, I'll try and draw it so... or maybe I'll just turn you. What am I doing here? I'm gonna turn you like that. Is that better? hopefully. They shut it out at every crevice. We'll go back up once we start doing art. I just want to give you some eyes on this. Cheers. I'm going to have some coffee. This is Pete's. It was on sale at Whole Foods. I usually drink the Square One coffee, but I just decided to get the Pete's. I was running out of my Square One. Let's see. The full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice, comma, and do not suffer. I promise we're going to finish this by 11 today. We have to. And do not suffer a ray. Ray. Okay, A and ray have to stay together. And do not suffer a ray. Let's just do that. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but let's just do that for now. I don't like it here. It kind of, I think it just needs its own, little pocket. And do not suffer a ray to cross them. It has a chemical or magical. This is a long quote. It has a chemical or magical effect. She really likes those semicolons, I'll tell you. I mean, they were really hot in the 1900s. Clearly. But I am never more free and royal. Okay, we might have to start anew. No, I think we can fit it here. But I am never more free and royal. Okay, maybe we do need another page. Royal. Why do an N there? Never more free and royal than when the subtle celerity. The subtle celerity I don't know what celerity means, I have to look it up, of its magic combinations, then when the subtle Hold on. Let's do this. The subtle celerity of its magical. Oh, magic combinations. Whatever they are. Is at work. Is at work. H.P.S. The Amber Gods and Other Stories. The Amber Gods and Other Stories. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. We have a lot of lines, but we have a big moon, so that's fine. The full moon is poison to some. They shut it out. Here, let's go back. I'm going to move you back. We are going to move you back. Move you back up here. We can get a better bird's eye view. Okay, there we are. And how are we doing? Okay, that's good. I can actually do like a little bit like that, just because we're going to be doing, I'm going to turn the light up too for you. A little bit. Okay. A little bit like that, a little better. There we go. Let's get, okay, good. All right. Okie dokes. Coffee. Need a sip of coffee. Full moon is poison to some. Okay, first things first. Moving my pens somewhere else so they do not get in my way. So this would be a really beautiful piece with like an off-white, but I don't have off-white today. Today I am using an Artistro paint marker pen, medium point, 2 to 3 mm, water-based. This is a budget paint pen, and it's a nice budget paint pen. What you gotta do is shake the crap out of this thing before you use it, because there's all this sediment, and it's nice and painty. You know, once the paint gets mixed, but you know. Okay, you can still hear me. You know that I did my quiet stream yesterday, and you know, I had music playing. I thought I had my sound on. I don't know how my sound, I don't know what happened, but my sound wasn't on the replay, and I felt so bad because I'm sitting there chatting to people who were asking questions. And there's like no sound, and I'm like, oh my god, they must have thought I was such a jerk or something. Or maybe people understand, like, oh, okay, I think that the sound is a problem. Something happened with the sound, because clearly the sound is not on. And they would be right. How's that? A little better? All right, let's do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna dive right in here, finally. The full moon is poison to some. Okay, 1, 2, okay? They're in different order on my paper here. I'll put it right here. The full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice. And do not suffer a raid across them. It has a chemical origin. All right, how do we want to do this? We want to practice first a little bit. Let's do some practice. Oh, I want to tell you what I did with this pen. So I didn't have, or I couldn't find, because I think I have, but I can't find it. Posca with the tip that I want, and I don't know where it is. It's not visible in my paint pen tower over here. But I remembered that these Artistros have this little teeny part on one side, and it's not like ideal as a tip, but it works. So, because I knew I was going to need something smaller than this, right? I don't want to work with that. I have way too many words to work with that. So we're going to do it. We're going to go in with this one, and hopefully it's going to go okay. And it will go okay, because, you know, what could go wrong? You know what could go wrong? We could get a big glop. But if we get a big glop, I have paper towel. I have water. This is wet-ish. It's like moist. Okay. Do we all hate the word moist? A full moon is poison. Uh-oh, look, I already did a typo. The full moon, it's a full moon. I'm glad I looked. Okay. All right. I'm reassessing my position here, because do you think that I'm like, am I procrastinating? Is that what's happening here? Is this procrastination? Oh, let's count. This will make me feel better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so if 18, let's just say 20. So that makes, can we get 10 lines in each half-ish? We're not going to do like lines. We're gonna do like lines like that. Okay, that kind of gives me a little bit of comfort. I could use a... Does this count as ink for Inktober? Wait, we're also doing an ink version, so that's okay. Okay, I gotta rush on this because, uh-oh, don't rush. But you know, time is ticking. Okay, now that I have written this quote in, hold on one second. Let me just Google it one more time. Because if I get it wrong, I'm gonna be sad. A full moon is poison to some. Let's just make sure that I got the wording right, okay? To some. You know when you Google and like a line pre-populates? It said when I put in a full moon is poison, it's like 2 humans, 2 cats. I thought that was funny. They shut it out. Okay, a full moon is poison to some, they shut it out. Yes, Goodreads. Okay, good. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer a ray to cross them. It has a chemical or magical effect. Yes, it sickens them. Period. But I am never more free and royal than when the subtle celerity, gotta Google that. Gotta Google celerity at some point. I'm gonna write it. Clearly it's the word she used. Of its magical combinations, whatever they are, is at work. Okay, so where do I want to emphasize? Has a chemical or magical effect. But I am never more free. I like, but I am never more free and royal, right? That's good. Should we just go for it? Let's just go for it. Never. Oh, what was that? Rock? Oh, let's do this. More free and royal. More. Yes, I'm starting with the second half of the quote. Because why not, right? More free. Let's do like a swoopy R. And let's do a swoopy F. I'm going to use an ampersand because that's wild, right? I'm not supposed to do that in a quote, so let's do it. Free and royal. Never more free. Than when the subtle and when the subtle celerity, and we don't know what celerity means, but I'm gonna guess. Then when the subtle celerity of its magic combinations of It's magic. Combinations. Whatever they are. Okay. So I have a small amount of space to write combinations, and I'm going to stack it. Combinations. Whatever they are. Is it work? Is at work? Is at work. Okay, now Harriet Prescott Spofford. Right. All right, nice. All right, there we go. Let's do the top now. So there's nothing like something that gets you moving like a clock. And it's 10:53. So that's cute. And we're gonna just do some designs around there after we're done fitting in the quote. I feel like it's swooping a little bit. That's totally typical for me. I have always done that. Ooh, I'm having fun now with this pen. With the little dots. Okay, we must finish the quote. A full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer a ray to cross them. Ooh, this is a lot to write. I didn't give myself a lot of room. Oh, the full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer a ray to cross them. It has a chemical or magical effect that sickens them. Sickens them. Oh. Should I do the full moon? It's poison to some. They shut it out in every crevice. And do not suffer. Well, I'm not going to fit this all. I'm going to have to use up here. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer. At every crevice and do not suffer a ray to cross them. It has a chemical and magical effect that sickens them. All right, let's just go in. Maybe I should do it backwards. That's what I'm thinking. Sickens them. That's right, we're working backwards. And that's okay, because we're going to fit this in. And I have space here to do black ink and plenty of pens to do it with. So I am unafraid to switch gears. I welcome the gear switching. The gear switching will serve us. And that is what gear switching is for. I'm going to shake this pen up a little bit because I think we have there we go. I just don't want this to pop out. It has a chemical. Let's do something fun over here like that. I bet we're going to be here till like 11:30 now with this. But that's okay. I think what I'll do, I think I'll finish the other one off screen maybe. And then I'll post the final in my notes. Posts, I mean, not my notes. I'm getting Substack confused with, getting Substack confused with YouTube. Oh, you can follow me on Substack too, if you want. I have Substack. I have Instagram. Kathy Weller Art. I think on Substack I'm Kathy Weller. No, Kathy Weller Art. That's what I think. Do you see how this really like pumps up the ink when you... Maybe that's just because it's wet. I don't know. But it sickens them. Okay. Some people don't like the full moon, I guess, huh? All right. It has a chemical. It has a chemical. It has a chemical. Do not suffer a rage across them. Okay, hold on. They shut it out. A full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer. Do not suffer. Turn this on. A ray to cross them. Every crevice. I'm gonna wipe down my tip a little bit here. At every, I don't know how much that did, but crevice. All right. They shut it out. The full moon is poison. No, a full moon is poison to some. They shut it out. Let's use our friend. Let's use our friend here. Do we have enough ink in here? I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna do a dippity dip with this guy. Let's live dangerously. Get some ink in there. And let's put this over here. The full moon is poison. A full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? Okay. hold on. I think, let me just see if I can find my, oh, I have a black fine tipped, there it is. I think this is it. No, that's not it. I have a black fine tip, whoops, Posca. And I think I want to use it because I just, oh, found it. So I built this fabulous, tower for my paint pens, and it's very fabulous, but my pens constantly fall down off of it. So I love it because it's like ingenuity at work, but it's not perfect at all. I love it because I invented it, but it doesn't work great all the time. They shut it out because I wasn't going to get where I wanted to go with my paint pen. I really need I need a different tip, right? I need this tip. And you know what I can do after this is done? I can go over this text. I can go over the letters that I'm writing right now gently with like a swipe of this paint to soften them because they're like right now. And you know, we don't want them to be like that. They're not the focal point, you know what I mean? There's poison. A full moon. A, let's go here. A, let's do the N. Let's do some O's. Let's work backwards. Sometimes it's nice to work backwards. All right, now let's do some stars. Full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice. I really like to fill my loops, so I'm filling some loops. I'll turn the light up a little bit here. Let me do a tilt. So maybe you can see more than just my head. This makes it a little more readable and it keeps it organic for me because I don't want to go in there and like, I don't want to be getting too too detailed. I just want to make a dot and make it easier to read with the dot, and that's what this accomplishes for me. So that's gonna work. Sickens them. Okay, so now that's like almost an E. What's going on here? Okay, that needs a little help, but I'll try and work that out. I'll try and work that out on the remix and see what I can do. Well, let's see. Down. A-O-K. Subtle celerity. I really have to Google celerity. I don't know what celerity is. At work. Harriet Prescott Spofford. Harriet Prescott Spofford. Okay. So now, let me zoom you out a little bit. There we go. All right, we're gonna do some more little stars here. And then, I mean, I could draw stars all day, you know? I just love to draw little stars. Let's do a black star on the moon. That's kind of cool. Oh, you know what else could be cool? Let's do this. Let's fill our letters. Let's fill in these letters. A full moon. Glad I switched to the paint pen. It's just way more successful for this. And I think when I do like a wash of some paint, I think it's going to be better. It's gonna work better when it's time to paint over it, which I will do off camera. Because I'm not gonna have the time to do it here. I'm just adding some moon things here, some textures, and I'm gonna zoom you in. Go. Let's do some moon textures. And I could work on this all day, really, so can't really spend too much more time on this. I got stuffs to do. I'm coming back at 12:30 for my quiet live, which is not always quiet because I will talk during it when chatted with. But I'm illustrating pages for a coloring book that I'm working on, and I'm really excited about it. And it's super cute, and you can see some of the art that's already I've been doing pages for, I think I'm on my 5th page today. I'll be doing my 5th page today, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's Night Garden Fairy Cats, and I am really enjoying it, and I hope you are too, if you're coming to watch. But it's pretty awesome. I've been doing vertical for those instead of horizontal. It's just nice to mix it up, to you know, open up my streams to different YouTube members who maybe don't always watch horizontal. So that is why I'm doing vertical on those. And it's been really nice because I've met some very nice people and some cool people who've been attending my streams or just popping in and hanging out. And I love that. So I don't have any plans to stop doing that. However, I did mention earlier that I'm working on something to, you know, make things more compatible for everybody. And I'm working on doing streams that are both vertical and horizontal at the same time. So I, you know, still need to work out a few things before I start doing that. And I have to see if it's something that I can do like on a regular, you know, because there's a couple aspects to that that are a little bit like laborious if I have to do it every single day, the same thing. So, but if I can set it and forget it, then that makes it a lot easier. So we shall see how that goes. And, you know, more on that later. To be continued, I should say. And we'll see. Oh, I'm leaving you out accidentally. I'm sorry. I'm doing some like lines here because they do not suffer a ray to cross them. So let's make some rays. Right? Let's make some rays. I'm excited to see how this is going to look when I do a light wash of paint over it, because I think, I hope, so it is now 11:14. And we're almost there. We're getting there. Not ready to give it up yet. Spofford. Okay, so I'm having trouble seeing her name here, and I don't like that because readability is very important. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to correct that without, you know, going in. Maybe I should you know, it could be good. Let's do this. I know I said I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to go in with ink. But, you know, mixed media paper. And this ink is water soluble, which is good because, you know, I might want to wet it down a little bit. And just sort of wash it a little bit. Where's my water pen? I need to grab the water pen and I need to make sure that it is a freshie. Is it a freshie? Yes. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do this. let's do this. Let's grab a little ink here. And then we're going to go in. And just sort of wash it. I just want to make her name readable because that's important. We need to get her name here. And I love how that looks. So let's do it a little more. Let's do more. Let's turn. Let's turn this. Love that. Love that. I love that inky black over the I also really like the that. I like that a lot. The layer, the translucent, transparent layer is really pretty. Let's do it again. Let's do it again up here, shall we? Because I think this is very effective. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. I think we found our magic sauce here. I think we found the magic sauce. I'm going to turn you like that. I just love this phone holder. It just offers so much flexibility. Okay, we need some water. Let's get some water going here. Come on, water. I need to put some water in here because the water is a magic mix. Some water going in. I'm just going to turn. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love how it does that. Hold on. Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo this. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna wash my pen out with brush a little bit. That's good. I like that. Okay, good. All right, love it, love that, love that. Getting somewhere here. Okay, now I've got a little ink on the back. I gotta wipe that down. Okay, so let me get that out. Okay, we're almost. We're getting there. Just gonna do a little bit here. To give a little separation. Ooh, okay, I really like that effect. I really like that effect a lot. Adding a little bit more ink. I'm just gonna do some other areas right around where I did the cross hatching because I like to add a little something to that. because I don't necessarily love the cross hatching, but I mean it's fine. This ink situation a lot. I like what this is doing here. The gradient effect of it is really good. I approve. I approve. Okay, yes, I like it. And I think I'm going to add a little more stuff in the rest of it. More. I am a little happy about the effect I'm getting with the ink wet on wet here is cool. I'm really getting something cool that I like. So let's keep that going. And I'm going to do a little down here. Definitely want to do down here. Let's just do that. There we go. Oh, where's my sprayer? Where is a sprayer? Do I have a sprayer? No, all I have is Mod Podge. Should we do it? Does it work? There we go. Are we gonna spray? Is my sprayer clogged? I think my sprayer's clogged. I don't think I have a handy water sprayer. That's a shame. Because that would be really handy right now. Let's see. Is this going to work for me? Okay. Found one. Let's do this. See what happens here. Alright. That's good. I can do that. Turn this. That. And let's just apply ink here. This is acrylic ink too. It's Bombay. Oh no! Oh, I thought this was FW. I thought this was FW. I think that's what it's called. FW. It's not. It's not. Let's just do some stuff here. Let's just experiment a little bit. I need my water. Oh, sorry. Sorry, blocking. My head is blocking you. Better, 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 I think. Okay. All right, let's get some paper towel going here. Okay, all right. You know what would be fun? A sponge would be really fun right now, but I don't think I have one handy. I do have plenty of dirty water though. So we can use some dirty water. And we can do a little bit on here. Ooh, I have some ink from over there. I'm gonna just keep going with this. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Let's see if this little spray thing works again. Great. I just needed some water. That's fine. All right, let's go back down here. Okay, this is interesting because this ink is warm and the paper, the ink is like a warm black and the paper is like a cool black. So, and I think that it brings a lot of depth when you put it on the moon, and then on the edges it's sort of like a little bit of a different color. You know what I mean? So you're getting depth when it's over the black. It's like enhancing the black of the paper. And then when you're painting it over a part that's completely white, it's like, it's kind of like putting a different color on. So it's a little bit of a mix. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's definitely like a little different. A little different. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Let's do, hold on. Let's do that. I'm gonna spray this and see if I get any water out of this spray here. It's really on its last legs here. Alright, let's do, but I like that. I like a kind of a messy look. And then we can just do like texture down here. Paint with our paper towel. Nice. That works. It's bringing that warmth everywhere, really. It's good. All right. Let's wrap this baby up. What do you say? All right. So thank you so much for joining me today for this quote. The full moon is poison to some. They shut it out at every crevice and do not suffer a ray to cross them. It has a chemical or magical effect. It sickens them. But I am never more free and royal than when the subtle celerity of its magic combinations, whatever they are, is at work. I mean, what am I doing here? I'm adding more ink to it. I think I just need to add a little bit more ink. Need a little more ink here. I need to give this a little more warmth and depth and right in the center, like right where the tone changes, you know, of the poem, or of the passage rather. Give it that little shift right here. It's also helping to cover up this cross hatching that I did, which is okay, but it's not my favorite. I don't mind it like some, it's like an element. I don't want it to be the whole thing, you know what I mean? It's an ingredient, but it's not the entire pie, you know what I mean? So just make it an ingredient and not the whole pie. And then I just did that to separate the words subtle and celerity, because I wrote those in the same style lettering, and I think it was just moving in the same, you know, looking a little bit like one word, like it could be construed as one word. Not necessarily would be, but like it could be. And then let's do a little bit more up here. Need some more dirty water. Need some more dirty water. Okay. How are we now? How's that? Are we good? Let me zoom you out. So we have, I'll zoom you in. We have a full moon. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Just kidding. Okay. There we go. There we go. Thanks for coming. I'll be back in an hour to do another page of my Night Garden Fairy Cats coloring book, and I'll talk to you. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for who's on tomorrow? Who are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we have, oh my gosh, today's day 6. Today's day 6 of Inktober. Okay. Tomorrow we have Mary Elizabeth Braddon. That's day 7. So I hope to see you then at 10 a.m. Eastern. Bye.